What's going on? What's going on, everyone? Juice Bags here. I had taken the night off work tonight, just hoping that I'd be able to play a little nightmare mode, but that didn't happen. So, time to farm some more gold. As you see, I've been spendy. I've actually gotten back up to 1 million, back down to about 700,000, back up to 1 million again, and then back down to 500,000. So I just can't seem to not spend the cash. But got some new characters added to the arsenal. Let's see, I went on and put in, what did I add on? I added on J Deeps, the DPS summoner. 1780 offensive ability, so nothing, you know, as with all my characters, none of them are even remotely near being the most badass out there, but yeah, he does a little bit of damage. See, he's over 1 million DPS, so I mean, it's a good start anyway. And of course, if I trinket on it, that bounces that up to about 3 million. Yeah, 3.3 it looks like. But anyway, so I've been having some fun with that guy. However, I like to shoot stuff, so I've still been mainly playing the Jester. But let's go ahead. Oops, wrong dude. There we go. Let's go ahead and get started. Going to start off tonight with a little Aquanos Insane Survival. One of my favorite maps from the original Dungeon Defenders, and once again breaks up. This one is nowhere near as good as Ramparts for the loot drops, but we're going to handle that next, as got a nice little alternative for loot to just going and doing Ramparts over and over and over again at this point, which you know, of course, if it's a good loot map, that means it's a good gold farming map as well. For the most part, Aquanos is good for the gold farming, is good for XP for power leveling, but the loot quality is not spectacular. And this map, the way the entrances and the auras could potentially overlap, we're going to be using the old trick of putting our auras down with a zero range weapon. And that's a zero range weapon I got there. So, well, I guess I better get some mana first, huh? Let's get this one, as it's always a pain in the ass to run to. If anybody that's watching is on my Playverse friends list right at the moment, feel free to send me a message and I'll get you an invite once I get this all built out. Anybody that wants to come along during the stream. Alright, so I'm going to do full stacks here. I'm going to go with, I think I want to put it up a little farther. I don't know, let's go like right in the middle of the stairs. Now, I did change up my monk a little bit. I added more range and took away some of the damage, which I have mixed emotions about, because I don't have enough range where I can eliminate auras. See, we'll get some nice aura stacks here, I think. Throw another one. Where can we put it? Right here. Now here we've got this entrance that's right close, so we couldn't put the aura much farther forward. And we've got these two auras real close to each other, so we couldn't really go too much further in. That, and of course we still want to cover this stairway here. Now let's go ahead and these ones we can just pop down right in the middle there. Nice little R stack there. Using all 4 of them. And then here we don't really need, the range thing is no longer an issue. Now, the key to these is you want to put them so that your buff beams are still going to hit them, which now I've got enough aura range where that's not really an issue. I'm going to have a buff beam with archers right at the base of the stairs there. But you want to get it out far enough where you're, you're maximizing the amount of time that they're in the aura, preferably even before they even get to your traps or your other towers. See, now that one's a little bit close. I didn't want to put that buff beam that far onto the stairs. So I am gonna move these back just a little bit. Got a little carried away there. This is kind of an experimental build. I haven't run the map. Haven't done it yet, but this was... Now, in the original Dungeon Defenders, I had absolutely insane aura. Hey, howdy doody, what's going on? Now, this game's not in beta, although it, you would think it is, because it is still pretty buggy. This is kind of a redo of the original Dungeon Defenders on the new Playverse system with some enhanced graphics and such. But Dungeon Defenders 2 is in like a pre-alpha stage right at the moment. I'd love to be playing that, but I do not have a key to that one quite yet. And I've been trying. Alright, now speaking of buff beams, let's get out Mr. Beam here. And get some buff beams laid down. Now, you know what? I forgot to switch weapons on my monk. Let me do that before I forget. See, now I'm going to switch back to my weapon that's got the range on it, and you see, then we get some nice, nice overlap between the two auras, and they also come into that entrance zone a little bit. Yeah, Dungeon Defenders 2 should be a lot of fun, and it appears that they're putting plenty of effort into making the game and not just throwing it out. They actually had a soft launch scheduled for spring of this year, which they had to bump back. But, you know, if the game's not ready, the game's not ready. What can you do? And let's see, I want to make sure that this buff beam is catching both the auras, so how do I want to do it here? I think I'm just going to put it right like that and see. Is it catching both of them? Yeah, it is. Good. And then here, of course, it's no problem. Now down on these lower entryways, I'm only going to put a 4 DU buff beam, as we're not going to have, you know, just not as many archers are required. You know, the minimum, of course, is 4, so yeah, I think this one we're going to do like that. And then the one right at the top of the stairs will be no problem here now. Sweet. Amanaza, come on in. As soon as I see a log on, I'll throw you an invite. I'll get it all built out here first. And now we want to ditch Mr. Beams and get out Mrs. Walls. Actually, Mr. Beams is a Mrs. too. What the hell am I thinking? And gonna spend a little cash, although I don't think, or a little DU here, although I don't think it's really necessary. I like to really wall this map. just because a lot of the mobs have quite a bit of a straight shot to getting at your aura. I think we're good there, even though it's not all the way over. Yeah, they got a little shot at off at it. We'll have to see. I might have to change that wall. You know what? Let me just change it now. To hell with it. Maybe put a tiny little gap right there. I think that'll give me the coverage I'm looking for. Let's see. Yeah, they don't have that little shot there. Alright, get this guy walled up here. This one you may actually be able to get away with 1 DU here. But I've got some extra left over with this build, so it's not really a big deal. I'll just throw it in there anyway. Yeah, I know those wyverns get stuck, but I've got to do something different than ramparts over and over again. It's just getting too, you know, although it's pretty clearly the best farming map right at the moment, it's just too much. I've done it so many times over the last week. And this is a fun map. I mean, I don't care if we lose some of the loot. There's still plenty to drop. Alright, and then just going to use the rest of the mana and DU on those archers. You guys will have to pardon my crackly voice. I've got massive allergy issues again today. See you, howdy doody. Have a good one, man. Yeah, I don't know what the deal is. You'd think living right on the coast, the allergies would not be as bad. You know, I did live up in Lake Tahoe, and there was pine trees everywhere, and there it was kind of understandable. There was massive, massive amounts of pollen. But here, now that I live in Oregon, I'm right on the coast, you wouldn't think I would have so many breathing issues, but my God, they are here. 4 archers there, and then I think this map is a little buggy with the archer placement here. Yeah, in Overlord mode, you have to move around a little bit on this map. Pardon me. Yeah, I'm sure they're going to release it tomorrow, Amanaza. I mean, you wouldn't think they would want to do a Friday release. I mean, maybe they will, who knows, but for Nightmare mode, that is, Amanaza had mentioned, you know, about the release of it. They've promised it this week. And of course, they promised it last week as well. And we still don't have it, of course, which, you know, once again, it's very disappointing. Even taking the night off work and everything tonight. See, we don't need many archers down below. The reason being is it's just the mobs get plenty of aura time, so they end up getting wrecked up top. So that's pretty much good right there. I'm going to hop on... I think we're going to start this one off on the Jester with a Genie. Not much extra mana, but a little bit. I'll switch to my Boost Monk later on, just so I'm not having to repair all these auras and such. Alright, I'm just going to use the rest of the cash to upgrade some buff beams. See if Amanaza gets logged on. I don't want to open it to the public and fill the map before some of the friends can get in the mix. slap around a couple of upgrades. Still a lot of chests I didn't get. This map definitely starts you off with plenty of mana. If you're, you know, if you like building with that app or whatever, where the costs are a little bit higher. What else did I miss? I got these 2 chests way down here. There's just plenty of starting capital to get yourself built out. That's for damn sure. Hell, I probably could have got a couple of those, or at least one of those buff beams up to 3 stars, I bet. Let's see. I'll just spend it on this one here. This map, I do it because it's fun, but as I mentioned, it's not the best farming map. The loot is kind of spread out. Pardon me again, jeez. The loot is kind of spread out, so it's not, you don't have the benefit of like Ramparts where you just run over and the loot's just in 3 spots. This one, the loot is all over the place, so that can be a little irritating. Take advantage of some of the starter mana here. Come on, die, bastard. There we go. Yeah, this one, there's definitely a wide area that the stuff drops. See, I want to get me some more potential upgraders in here. So, Amanaza, if you're still on stream, I'll give you another couple of minutes to hop into the match if you want in on this one. If not, I'm just going to open it up to the public. Get to see if I can get some upgrade help, hopefully. I don't use the little X feature on this genie near enough. The genies are definitely not even close to being as good as they were in the original game. Fat loot's lying around. I'd hardly call it fat loots, but it's loots. Yeah, I had actually put in to get this night off because originally the Gauntlet was supposed to release today. And of course that got bumped back to I believe the 23rd or something like that. And it sucks because I'm not going to be able to get that day off, I don't think. I'm still going to try, but it may not work out. I'm still going to be playing that one a lot. That was one of my favorite games from way back in the day. So I know there's been many redos, but I'm excited to see how this one fares. See, we're pretty... Let me just get all the buff beams up to 3 stars before I bother with anything else here. Yeah, in DD1 I had my Jester's genie. I had all the upgrades put into the mana rewards, you know, and I could just go and shoot for 5 seconds and I'd have full mana. Is that all of them? Let me take another lap up through here. Of course, you want to go buff beams, auras, than the rest in the upgrade process. And all the buff beams are squared away. You see, this up top here is still a good looting area, but it's definitely spread out. It's not like Ramparts where you can just go spam E and collect it all up as you have your head turned watching TV. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and just open this one up. Try to get some people in here to help me, well, hopefully I get people that actually help me upgrade. We'll see. It's publicized. Since it's not Ramparts, it probably won't fill up as fast. If I did a Rampart survival now, it'd be full in seconds. The auras I do a little differently. I slap a couple of upgrades on them, and then I run to the next aura. I don't get them all the way to full. And the reason I do that really is they get chewed up so quick. Once you get a couple of upgrades on them, though, you can ignore them for longer periods of time. Mouse having issues again. You know, everyone who's regularly watched my videos knows I've been having some mouse issues with this Razer Naga, and I've recently discovered it seems like it's not the mouse, but I use a Razer Vespula mouse pad, and it seems like it might be the mouse pad. It like loses, the laser loses the connection or something. I don't know, it's very strange. See, we got the what has become the typical lag there. Some mobs flying, some just walking off in random directions. Come on, somebody get in here and help me upgrade. Not a popular map. Like I mentioned earlier, I really love this map in DD1. You had a chance of getting pretty awesome stuff on this one on Nightmare Hardcore. Alright, couple upgrades in there. See what we can do over here. See if there's a build-up yet of flyers. Nope. No flyer build-up. Too early. Yeah, anyway, this Vespula mousepad, I really like it, but I'm starting to have mixed emotions about it. When everything is responding as it should be, it's pretty damn awesome. But it seems like, I don't know if it's the, you know, the oils from your hands or rubbing over it or what it is, but it seems like it loses the connection. I've tried both sides of it too, the more coarse side and the smoother side. I actually like the more coarse side slightly better. Alright, there's a few upgrades there. Head back up top where all the easy mana is here. Wow, I can't believe no one has joined yet. One of these days I gotta change that. I got the little default ringtone thing on my phone. I've never bothered changing it when I get a message or whatever. The little alert ringtone or whatever it's called. And since it's the default, a lot of people have it. I'm constantly looking for my phone. But anyway, it's going in the background if you didn't hear it. Yeah, anyway, no one has joined in yet. What the hell? You know, last night I did a run that took quite a while to get filled up too on another map. I'm just surprised that people see Aquanos and they're like, whatever. Laggy, laggy. Looks like Amanaza, you may have plenty of time to get in. No one wants to do Aquanos today. That's alright, I'll do it by myself. Nobody wants it. Hell, you think I would have at least gotten an XP leecher or something by now. So I discovered a fun new little game earlier. It's terribly mean, but it made me giggle. And that was leecher griefing. As I've been just spamming insane survival runs lately to get, you know, to save up gold waiting for Nightmare. Earlier I started a run and no one in the group, and there was 2 level 60s. No one at all in the group helped me upgrade. Nobody did a thing. So about 10 minutes in, I got tired of upgrading for the leechers. I mean, I built it and I upgraded it. Now, I'm not the guy that's going to sit there and not help because I built it. But I mean, even if you're a low level, you can at least help out with the initial upgrades, you know? But anyway, nobody was helping me out, so I just started selling towers. And they started crying terribly, and it was very entertaining. It's like, well, you bitches need to help out. What the hell? I mean, I don't care if all level 15 or 20 characters join one of my games. If they get all the towers up to, you know, the first 2 upgrade levels, I'd be stoked. You know, I have no problem finishing it off. Now, you know, at this point, I don't really care if I finish a run or not. With no, you know, of course, the best loot drops at the end of the run, but I'm at the point now where my chances of getting an upgrade are pretty slim. Although I don't have spectacular loot, I don't have any of the gear that. Well, I do have one piece, I think, of the gear that got nerfed because it was too badass for Makatiti. I've got all Ramparts gear. You know, now I've got the higher quality Ramparts gear for the most part. But my chances of getting an upgrade after that nerf are pretty darn slim. So I don't really care, I'm just in it for the cash. Yeah, it's hilarious though. You know, I think, I don't know, I mean, I hate to be that guy, but on the same note, I'm kind of that guy, you know? I mean, I gotta admit, back in the day, I've gone into TF2 achievement servers and got on the other team and just wrecked everybody. I've done it. And all, yeah, it's mean, but it's just funny. And the way people start crying, it, you know, like I said, I hate to be that way, but it is funny. You know, now of course on the TF2 achievement servers, that was just being mean. Me and my son used to do it. It was just hilarious. But anyway, that was just us being mean, but you know, these games, if you come into a map, by all means, leech it up. I don't give a shit. I don't think anybody cares at this point. You know, you want to have 4 people for, you know, for the tougher mobs and potentially chance at better loot. But goddamn, do something. Don't just sit there. You know, you roll in, you load into the map as a level 0. You know, your expectations are low of getting any assistance. I did my share of sitting AFK on those maps, but it was a map that I built, and then I switched over to another character, you know? I mean, that's how everybody gets their power leveling done, but god damn, at least pretend to help out. There we go, we got somebody. Who is it? Vorpus. Level 38. Huntress. Absolutely. Billy, I would agree with you 1000%. Vorpus gonna help me out? I wonder. I'm sure he is. Very optimistic about Vorpus. It seems, you know, it seems like the lag has actually gotten worse over the last couple of days. I don't know. I mean, I've always had a couple of mobs walking off into the sky or whatever on runs. But right now, it's, I mean, I'm actually jumping around the screen a little bit. It's so laggy. There's another one, Claude. What up, Claude? People are coming in now. God, I'm not using my Genie's special ability at all. I really should be. Knight's Edge. Yo-yo, Knight's Edge. Yeah, anyway, so it's kind of becoming the general consensus that you can get, or not that you can get better loot, but you have a better chance of getting one of the higher tier Splendid pieces from Palantir Insane Survival. So I've been doing that one a little bit as well, and it's got some good, you know, good looting opportunities. There's a lot of spots where the goodies drop all nice and clumped up. So I think I'm going to do that one next. I think Rampart, you get... it seems like you get more Splendids in Ramparts. But on the Palantir Insane Survival, it seems like, although you don't get more Splendids, it seems like the quality of Splendids is better. And I've got some really decent blueprints out of there recently. I better get a little healing going on here. Alright, I'm not using the Genie. And I'm running around getting my ass kicked, so I'm thinking I might want to switch. I've been on the Genie and my Pixie, although both of those are kind of meh pets. I've been using them on my Boost Monk lately. and because they've got the right stats on them. But having a little benefit of the mana and then having the heal from the pixie are definitely helpful in the boost monk, because you can do the tower boost and pretty much eliminate any repairs that you have to do, any sort of tower repairs at all. See, I think all these auras are good now. Those two are anyway. The top two stacks. This one's not too far off either. See, I finally used the genie ability and then I ran away and didn't get the mana. Yeah, I just, the genie's disappointing. It used to be so badass. Another nice little looting hallway here. Yeah, they're throwing around a few upgrades. That's good. I got a staff now that I use along with this, like... I used to use 2 guns, and now I use a gun and a staff. The staff does considerably more DPS, but I don't like spam clicking. I'm already spamming E, so no point in killing 2 fingers. That's why I use the gun. I should probably get myself... I sold my steam gun, but I should probably get myself another nice steam gun again for any time I have the gesture out. And that side is all upgraded. This side still needs some love. See, and there is the clusterfuck of flyers. That's what Amanaza was talking about in chat earlier. So you lose all that mana and loot from those guys, but they do get bugged out. It's kind of funny, when I first started doing Nightmare Hardcore back in DD1, one of the first things I had problems with were the flyers before I got the map down. And now the flyers are bugged, so it's a non-issue. Glitchy, running around, all glitchy. Yeah, I think when I go back up top, I'm just gonna get that pixie. You know what? In fact, well, I have to be able to kill these flyers that are bunching up. They may end up lagging out the game real bad or something. Who knows? And it's a shame you lose all that loot, but at the same time, there's plenty laying around on the ground that's going to disappear right now that I'm not picking up, so... Whatever. Shooting at me, god damn you. You know, I think for Insane could even manage to, at this point anyway, only have 2 archers down here. But, I mean, no point in not using it. Definitely a little laggy. Come on now. Give me some mana. I only need... There we go. Say I don't need hardly any more. Alright, starting to get back up top. I don't know. Am I going to switch to the monk? or just use the pixie. See, do I have the pixie? That's a different pixie. You know what? Maybe I'll just level this pixie. Let's give the old pixie a little XP boost. This is not the... I've got the pixie I normally use equipped on the other monk. On the boost monk right now. So I don't have this pixie leveled, but this pixie would actually be better for this character in this situation. And like I said, the pixie's heal is not really required, but it makes it so you never have to stop and heal, you know. And you don't, you know, although right now I've got 2 empty amulet slots. Of course, I was hoping to get some eggs to fill those slots. But whatever. Whatever. Let's see, that stuff's pretty squared away. These guys helped out quite a bit. Getting these archers up to speed. I think if I got the boost monk out now, it would make things a little bit better. Maybe I will. Or you know what? I gotta level this pixie. Let me just get this damn pixie leveled up. Once I think the pixie's at a point where it's at full, maybe I'll switch and go to the old boost monk. The boost monk spoils you on farming maps because you don't do anything but run around. I mean, once everything's upgraded, all that mana is laying around. You can almost spam the boost the entire time, the tower boost, and makes things just too easy. Upgrade the damn wall that didn't need to be upgraded. It's alright. What you gonna do, ogre? Anyway, I use this staff too, which, you know, it's got the 5 projectiles, so it does more damage. Or is that 4 project? No, that was 5. That's right. Definitely does more overall damage than the gun, but it's nice just to be able to spray. Mr. Archer, all upgraded. And I don't know why I still haven't set up a spam E macro. I guess I'm just itching to get a new keyboard or something and burn this E button out. Yeah, anyway, way more farming than I intended to do over this next week. I was really hoping on Nightmare. Now, I think it's going to come tomorrow. I think it'll be here on Thursday. It seems that I bet it'll be Thursday afternoon. Tomorrow afternoon it'll probably come. And I won't be able to play it until I get home from work. And that's, you know, that's very unfortunate. Today would have been so ideal to get the Nightmare mode. But whatever, what can you do? Gotta go with it. That, and, you know, since I got spend happy, I probably need to get the gold up to a bit more. Got a couple more that need upgrading here. Shitload of flyer build up again. Got just a ton of them up there. It's a shame the yeah, I'll come back and clear them out more later. Alright, guess I'm gonna have to just clear them with the staff. Anyway, it's a shame this map doesn't have a little bit better loot scale for its difficulty. Now, I mean, once you get a couple of different builders over 1,000 in your preferred stat for that builder, then it's pretty easy to do any of the insane maps, really, for the most part, can be done. But the higher the stats, of course, the easier of a time you'll have with it. I will probably never use this pixie, but it's got not spectacular but acceptable DPS stats, of course, until Nightmare releases. And then all of my gear will be promptly replaced. Take a look up top. I'm gonna look at things up there in a few. This hallway's not even getting hardly any action. Okay, we're fully upgraded there. Let me see what kind of XP this pet has gotten. So far, not near enough. 41,000. I'm thinking you need 90,000-ish to go 16 levels, something like that, maybe. That's a guess. Of course, don't hold me to that. It's the one thing that irritates me about the pixie is the little, well, not just the pixie, the healing auras too. It seems that there's that little hesitation that gets added in as you receive a heal. Your character will stop running or whatever, and that's a little irritating. I think by the time we get everything to 3 stars here, this pixie might be done, because it's really close. Actually, everything's at 3 stars now. Won't be more than a few more minutes, though, to get to 90,000, I wouldn't think. Switch over to that boost monk, and then I can just run around and spam A. Good, somebody else clearing out the flyers. Quite the build-up again. Just sit here and ignore getting hit. I was debating on streaming from the Shield tablet today, but I still have to play around with that a little bit. In fact, I may late night tonight, a little bit later, do a little Shield tablet stream. Give old Juicette a little more love to her characters, because they desperately need it. She will not farm for gold. She will play the game and have fun, and she will not do anything that's not grotesquely fun. Which is understandable, but of course we all know that's not the way it works for all of us. That, I mean, I still have fun even doing the grind. I like building out the maps and stuff. Yeah, it's entertaining. But it'll be a lot more fun once it becomes a challenge again. Right now, that ain't the case. Not the case at all. Let's see, what's this damn thing up to now? Only 56. Or I guess it doesn't get the XP like you would as a character. That's pretty close, so considering I will probably never use it, I'm just going to go ahead and switch on over to Mr. Boost Monk. So I'm going to do, this is part 1 of 2 streams tonight, potentially even 3 streams, if I end up doing something with the shield. But after this run, I'm going to take a little dinner break, and then I am going to, I think, do Palantir Insane Survival later on. Won't be long. I'm just going to take, 30 minutes or so. Get a little something to eat. Maybe since I'm off work, even have a cocktail or 2. Yeah, once you get that boost going, it's pretty well good game. I mean, that other guy, of course, is going to have to go clear those flyers out, as I'm not going to be able to. But when that, when your electric R starts ticking for almost 35 or 34,000 once it gets into their enrage, and your archers are shooting off for 193,000 while they're in range, it makes Insane Survival nowhere near insane. And that's what that having that nice boost does for me. Don't need the mana anymore, so you can just basically just blow it. Just spam it. You can let it go if you're going to traverse from different areas. Like if I went back and forth just between these areas, I could pretty much let it go. Almost 100% of the time. As I'm picking up... Actually, I didn't pick up much mana over there, but picking up some mana. Now, obviously, I'm streaming, and I'm not really focused on my e-clicking. But you can still fill your inventory more than twice on this run, which I haven't even filled mine once because I'm just kind of hanging out. But you could bust in your lobby and sit back here behind the protection of your wonderful archers and just kick it here in power level. And this map is pretty good XP. Especially with the boost, of course. There's lots of sharks. The flyers give decent XP. Lots of larger mobs to get the XP flowing. No, it's not the best map out there for it, but it's pretty decent. What you gonna do, huh? Claude left. Well, what the hell, Claude? It's just getting to the point where the decent loot's gonna drop. And what you know it, I've actually got somebody knocking on the door, so I am gonna kick it here for just 1 second and go find out what's up there. Alright, it was the UPS guy. Got my second controller for my NVIDIA Shield. So the wife and I can play some stuff on console mode on the old TV. And that, I think you guys have heard me mention many times before, it's kind of a rarity for the wife to play any games with me. And, you know, she used to. Back like 10 years ago, we were playing a lot of console games, in fact. And, she would play with me all the time. Naza, let's see if we can get you in here. We've got an available slot. Now it's showing somebody else here. Let's see. It shows... The Playverse overlay shows a fourth person. But in game, I don't see a fourth person, like a tooltip or whatever for him. So hopefully Amanaza can hop in here. We'll see. We will see. There we go. Awesome. Yeah, if there's any games you guys want to see on that Shield tablet, let me know. I'll be doing some Dungeon Defenders Eternity off the Shield once I figure out how to use it properly. What up, Amanaza? So, Amanaza, do you have the stream going in the background as well? It's hard to tell. You get the delay, of course. It's like a 20-second delay or whatever. Not near as bad as live stream. I wish I was able to live stream on YouTube. Which I can live stream on YouTube, but the delay is awful. Alright, so I finally filled up my inventory. Obviously not taking it very seriously here. Oh, okay, cool. Anyway, Amanaza, I think you were gone there for a moment. I'm gonna do, after this run, I'm gonna take a real short dinner break and then come back and do a little Palantir Insane Survival if you're still gonna be on. I'm not gonna take, there's not gonna be a long delay in between streams, probably just maybe 15 minutes. See, let's make a little room here. Oh, this stuff can go. Yeah, I'll keep those 4. Cap it at exemplary. And 608 items for 17,000 gold. Thanks for the cash. And 16 minutes now. Hopefully, well, there's no, like I said, the loot scaling doesn't seem appropriate. You want to try a new build in Palantir? I've got a nice little build for it. It's only those back staircases that are bugged with the archers. It's just the one side. So I've been, even though my apprentice is not geared very well, it's geared good enough, and I've been using apprentice towers just on that one entrance and then archers on the other one, and it seems to just wreck it. Unless you just want to try a new build. I mean, I'm good with that too. Just want to make sure, since I'm streaming, you're confident that we're gonna make it. You know that the build's gonna hold all the way through. Of course, that run we did the other night, that build held through with no problems. Yeah, Amanaza, of course, his builders are geared out better than mine. I think my summoner may be getting close to his, but his monk is way better than my monk in range and damage. The R's, of course, being so important. I think when Nightmare comes, that's the two I'm really going to focus on are the Monk and the Sork for builders. I want to get them just squared away. I mean, right now they've both got an above average gear set, but it's not one of those gear sets that makes you think, holy shit, would you look at that? You know, it's good enough to get the job done pretty flawlessly. Yeah, but the archers, anyway, on Palantir are bugged. Yet Palantir does have opportunity at some pretty decent loot. Just an exemplary. Anytime I see the egg highlighted, I'm just hoping it's a splendid. And on this map, I'm not really expecting to get any splendid eggs. I know you can, but I don't anticipate it. Yo, what up, Mr. Ogre? You big bastard. Come on over here and get shot at. Didn't even... I want to get a good Ogre shot like that where I can pop the boost and... You know, of course, it's always fun to see the big numbers. It's nice seeing that 194k just ripping off and 3 million health disappearing in just like 2 seconds. Yeah, I hear you there, Amanaza. The R rate scales very nicely for the monk. So, of course, my main concerns with the monk were always, you know, just the range and the tower damage. The tower attack rate it scales very, very nicely. You can get those R's really, really ticking if you get it up. Who else is on? Mr. Black is not on. Mr. Black has a monk that he actually took that approach right out of the beginning. He didn't focus on his range at all, and mainly tower attack rate, with the tower damage being the second. And then now that he's got those two at an appropriate level, anyway, his tower attack and tower damage, I believe, are both over 2k. And like, my range is way better than what his range is at. I think his range was like at 1200 or something. I'm not positive, so don't hold me to that, but his range was not as good. But oh my god, those R's just tore shit up. I saw him, he had him set up the other day, and just ridiculous, just screaming out the numbers on the electric R. Yeah, my mouse is acting funny again, damn you. Yeah, it's the weirdest thing. It's like it loses its connection with the mouse pad, and you immediately pull it off and put it on a different surface, and it works as intended. So I'm not sure what my mousing issues are right at the moment. Oh shit, he's coming to get me. Yeah, anyway, I'm going to do a map at some point on the NVIDIA Shield, and I'll just run it. I'll set it up on my PC character and then run it on Juicette's Boost Monk. She doesn't have a real strong DPS character yet, although she does have that summoner at level 60 now. I've yet to worry about putting a set of gear on it, and she doesn't care if it has gear or not. Yeah, I mean, once we get new gear, I mean, I'm not going to go through. I've already spent so much gold on upgrades, and then, you know, you get your full set rounded out, and you like what you have, and then you get a piece that's better, and you spend another 150 to 200,000 upgrading it. I'm pretty much done with those upgrades. I'm not going to spend any more. Now, I said that before too. I've spent 500,000 or 600,000 since I said I wasn't going to do it again. But yeah, with a nice nightmare set, I'm going to try to get my... You know, monks are just, they're so valuable, and I can't even say that they're underappreciated, because everybody knows the power of the aura. But I tell you, a really good geared out monk is... It just makes every map so much easier. You know, I should have stayed on the Jester and got some more staff drops. I still need a decent staff for my apprentice. I've got an acceptable one on it, but my apprentice is my weakest character right now, and it's still, I mean, it's good enough to do these. I could do a full apprentice and monk build anyway on all these insane maps that I've been farming, but I just kind of, I got hooked on the archers. I like them. Another big meanie coming up. Come on up. Let my archers tear you up. No, he's turning around. He won't. He wants to go smash some heads. Do it, do it! Yeah, no, I really need a good pet. And it's kind of sad, but my best splendid pet is a hamster. And it was one of the first splendid pets that I've gotten. And I, at the time, was intending just using it just for damage. I had that Squire, and it had decent builder stats on it. And I was using it on the Squire just to have a little damage, since the Squire is so weak, and that was all I had. And now I just wish I wouldn't have done that, because it has really good builder stats on it, and it would have been just an awesome pet to have on any of my builders, because it had over 100 base on tower range, tower attack, and tower damage, or attack rate, and then it had a decent amount of tower health on it as well. So I mean, it would have been pretty awesome on any of my builders, but it's upgraded wrong, and sadly I just have not found a pet like it since. Now, of course, we all know from what, that last stream or the stream before or whatever, I did have a good pet, a good DPS pet, and I sold it by accident. Oops. Unlock all button. Don't click it. Don't click it. It screwed me on my pets. But once again, those pets will be obsolete too as soon as Nightmare comes. Hopefully, hopefully tomorrow. You know, tomorrow I shouldn't have too ridiculously late of a night at work. And, you know, although I won't be able to start playing probably until like 1 or 2 a.m., I don't usually go to bed until like 5-ish, or sometimes later. So I'll be able to get some Nightmare in. Get a little quick fix in Nightmare mode before I go to sleep at least. But yeah, I was just really, really hoping that Nightmare was going to come today. But oh, it did not. See, we got a massive buildup of flyers again. I think. I'm going to switch to the Jester real quick and go clear them out. Hopefully I can get them all cleared out anyway. Quite the build-up of those guys out there. Alright, they're just glitched. I'm gonna say one turned and started coming towards me. A couple of them did. I think that's good enough. That is disappointing on this map, having those bugged flyers like that. Yeah, Amanaza, it's, you know what though, you have to understand too how much of a volatile Dungeon Defenders community it is. I mean, people really bitch. I mean, I know all games, you know, the community is always very critical of the developers or the publishers or whatever. But the Dungeon Defenders community, they will always find something to bitch about, no matter what. And you know, you can almost understand the quietness. I mean, you know, and I Am Esam actually does a pretty decent, you know, although it's not as prompt as we all like to see, he usually ends up responding. Where you look at most video game companies, a lot of times there will be, you know, bitch threads out there that never get answered. You know, the community manager or whatever will never answer. And, you know, I respect the fact that I Am Esam, he always answers, at least, at some point. It might not be as soon as you'd like to see it, but there's always an answer. And he's really good about PMs, too. I mean, a lot of community managers, unless you're well known in the, you know, a well-known name in the community of that game, you know, you won't or will rarely get a response from a PM that you send them. And I Am Esam does a pretty good job about that. You know, I'm although I did play Dungeon Defenders 1, I think I put in almost 1,000 hours on that one. You know, I'm a pretty much unknown name in the Dungeon Defenders community. Now I hope to change that with DD2 and with Nightmare coming here, as I plan on doing a lot of coverage of both of those games. But anyway, every PM I've ever sent to I Am Esam, which hasn't been many, but there have been a couple, every one has gotten responses. And the issue I had originally with when I first got the shield, I was having trouble linking Dungeon Defenders, linking it to a separate account. And the whole point of me getting it to on the shield was so that the wife could play. And of course, you know, needed a second account for her, and it ended up turning into quite the nightmare. But everyone was really good at responding to me and working with me, trying to get get some help out of me, or get some help to me, I should say. So, anyway, not that I'm don't get me wrong, I'm nowhere near a trendy Ent fanboy or anything, but I do like what I see as far as responses. And although I don't post on the forums a lot, I do post on the forums, and it's definitely a very volatile community. It's not like the Orcs Must Die community, for sure. There was a lot of working together and stuff in the OMD community. Oh shit, I didn't even realize it was over. Just chatting away, and I had no clue it was that close to the end. Yeah. Nothing to write home and tell Mom about laying around here, that's for sure. OG, the release date is this week, is what I Am Esam has confirmed. This week, who knows? I was really hoping it would be today. I would assume it's going to be tomorrow, as it's never good to add in a big patch over the weekend, unless people are really wanting to work through the weekend, which I'm sure some people at the old development team are wanting the weekend off. You would think. So I'm assuming it will come tomorrow. The only thing that's been confirmed to this point is that it will be this week. So tomorrow, Friday, Saturday, who knows? Not a set date. Yeah, they said that last week, but it was pretty early in the week when they said it wouldn't be this week. They didn't wait to the end to say we're not going to be able to get it out. They did say, relatively early in the week that it wasn't going to happen. Yeah, what can you do? I mean, I want to see Nightmare just as much as anybody. But on the same note, I don't want a bunch of buggy bullshit. And if, there's still a lot of bugs in the game, period. So I'll just be happy with it when it comes. Of course, I want it to come sooner. But if it's not going to come, it's not going to come. I'm not going to get pissed if they put it back again. Of course, if they do decide to push it back again, a forum response or Twitter post or some sort of communication would be good. With me, it's not. Now, I do have a short... I'm off today because I took the day off for what was originally intended to be the gauntlet. But I'm not... I've got a short work week when I go back. My normal days off are Sunday, Monday. So I don't really care. I mean, if it came Friday night, over the weekend, whatever. I mean, of course I really wanted it to come tonight. Nightmare mode, that is, for those of you watching on YouTube. Talking to people from the chat about the pending Nightmare mode. But we will talk more about that later, as I'm going to go grab something to eat, maybe get myself a refreshment, and I'll be back in probably about 15 minutes or so with some Palantir Insane Survival. It's got the chance of dropping pretty good loot in there still. You get... people are reporting that they're picking up some 200 base level items with 16 ups at that. So that's still pretty decent loot. In fact, a nice piece with the correct amount of 200 stats on it right now may encourage me to spend a little more cash. But I've got a minute left. I did clear out my inbox, yeah. They're saying one of the bugs with leaving the maps and the rollbacks is full inventories. So I've been trying to make sure my inventories are not full as I exit maps. But anyway, I'll be back in probably like 15 more minutes or so. Amanaza, if you're still available, we can do whatever you want. If you want to build it, or if I want, you know, if you want me to build it. I did find a pretty good, well-rounded build for Palantir Insane Survival. So I'd be happy to build it out and show you what I did. But be back in a few. Talk to you then.